Welcome, everybody, to Cat's Krypt. We're bringing it back, and it's a we now. Hey, Pappy, how you doing? How'd you end up over here?
I just heard movies and dial in. All right, let's do this.
Show about
Bad movies. Yay! Dial in again.
Yes, it's the bad, the worse, and the hideous over here.
What we're gonna do is focus on horror films that are readily available via streaming services that most people have. We're going to try not to cover the HBO or Skype releases and stuff, or Stars releases. We're going to stick with Netflix, Hulu, maybe something that's just a general YouTube video even.
Yeah. No, that's what we do over here. So welcome to the show. Happy to have you. Might actually get released now.
So, Kat yesterday was nice enough to send me 4 films that didn't look too bad on her list, and I just simply went with the highest rated one on IMDb.
Oh, is that how you chose?
Yes.
Okay, well, I chose that as a suggestion because it has our favorite exterminator from a summer show we watch.
Kevin Durand.
Yep.
A.k.a.
Sad Cop.
That's the guy who looks like he's always 1 inch from bursting into tears.
Yeah. It was Good Cop, Sad Cop.
It was Ears Cop, Sad Cop.
Oh, okay. That's what we're going with.
I tell them apart. The one guy's just, I hear all the things. Yeah, I'm one to joke. But,
All right, we'll go with that. So, so we have Ear Cop, Sad Cop, or City Cop, Sad Cop, whichever.
But the movie
made me sad.
Dark was the night. I'm not a fan of the title. It seems like something that a 15-year-old emo kid would write in his book of poetry.
I bought this notebook at Hot Topic. It's called Dark Was the Night. You wouldn't understand it.
But if you're willing to overlook the title, it's mostly not a bad movie.
Yeah, no, my biggest complaint with this is just really hideous CG. But that's money.
And they knew it. And we'll break down how they knew it as we get into this. First off, the theme is that, it's a horror movie. It's might have been a direct-to-DVD horror movie. I certainly didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I feel like this was a straight release. It supposedly came out last year.
Yeah, it was 2014. Is it released?
Okay.
Yep. I have the IMDb window open here. So
look at you cheating.
Yeah, so it was a 2014 release. Like most of our horror movies, it starts with, oh, look, people die, and then we move on to someone else. So a bunch of loggers got killed, and then, boom, small town in the north.
The undisclosed north.
Yeah, like good movies. It's somewhere between Pennsylvania and Canada.
I feel like it's even broader, where it's somewhere between Pennsylvania and Vancouver.
Well, it wasn't Minnesota.
No, it was not Minnesota. Let's not go there.
But I'm just kind of assuming maybe a small town in northern New York because one of our cops left New York City to become a cop there.
Yeah.
Anyhow, small town. We've got a cop who seems permanently sad at all times. And there's actually a decent backstory for it, at least.
Yeah.
But pets start going missing, a horse goes missing, and he thinks it's a prank, but they have to investigate. And that kind of is what kicks off the film.
Whereas we, the audience, know a bunch of dudes got murder-faced, right over yonder.
Yeah, so what caused it? Now, here's where I say they knew they had limited budget. Because 90% of the movie...
They didn't show you shit.
For the first 45 minutes, the only thing you saw was claw marks and footprints.
Footprints, yeah.
That's it. And then they did this really amazing scene where it focused in on the creature's legs, just from the knee down. And that was really cool because it was like that combination of horse meets goat meets lizard with the backwards claws going on.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Unfortunately, at some point, every horror movie feels that we must reveal the creature, and that's when...
That's when things go wrong! Why does nobody get that?
Yeah, because even you could tell it was a guy in a suit at certain points when they had the creature flash by the camera.
Yeah, you could tell it was practical effects for the vast majority of the film, and the legs going by was practical effects, whether it was somebody holding armatures
That's how the pranksters were
pumping through.
doing it.
Yeah. Or if it was a guy in a suit, but it was definitely practical effects to a point. Then there was some motion that, switched over. But you could see the switch. And then my other problem, too, was it seems like everybody was unclear on what exactly this creature was.
Yeah, because
We start out with the townspeople going, well, that's a horse print like something I've never seen. And it's like,
and
okay,
then
it's much bigger than a horse.
and bipedal. So is it
Yeah.
more like a bear? And then they take a lot of pains to show that it can disappear into the trees, so it can jump and climb and all of that stuff. So when we do get the reveal, it's kind of like that's not what you were leading up to.
This is not what I was advertised. When you tell me to put, like, that would be like seeing Man Bear Pig, except it was actually like house cat, a chia pet, and, an iguana.
And an iguana, yeah, with the nipple on its forehead, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Now, here's the one thing I will say though: the acting was really good.
Yeah.
Again, with Kevin Durant as our main character, our sheriff, he was always sad. But when they flesh out the story, it's like, holy shit, yeah, you should be sad. No, that's good acting. The woman who played his wife, I'm cheating again. Of course, I can't find her.
There's no cheating on this show. We
But
just roll with it.
even the kid, like the kid didn't annoy me, and a kid in a horror movie that's not annoying was
Annoyed me a
I
little
was
bit,
happy.
but that was just because he's a kid. Like, that's.
Yeah. There we go. Bianca Kajlich was his wife, Susan. The only other person you may really recognize would be actor Lucas Haas as the big city cop who comes to
Oh.
transfers to smaller places, Donnie.
Yeah.
Everyone else is, of course, just I'm looking for a job. I want to be in a horror movie.
Yeah.
But again, the acting wasn't bad.
It's my own gun.
The acting wasn't bad. The camera was pretty good. Like I said, until you had to reveal the beast, I was actually pretty pleased with how they were controlling the camera and building the suspense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's another one. And this is a big part of why I wanted to do this show, where it's like you can still have movies that are good. Like 95% of this film is totally worth your time.
Even the ending, I mean, I liked the ending. I felt it was an appropriate horror ending.
The ending was bad. It's just like, you get to the big reveal and it's like, here's the big bad that we've been building up to, and like I wish they had a balloon so I could just like let the air out of it.
To me, it would be like the '80s Swamp Thing movie. If you were just building up to Swamp Thing, and then at the end it was a fucking hand puppet. That's what it felt like. Everything looks really cool. Oh, I'm hearing these good things. The movie's really got me interested, and it's like, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah. Hey there, big fella! I'm gonna eat you now. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. If it had a better budget or just some slightly better decision making for the reveal, the one thing I was thinking is, you really don't have to show the bad guy in whole. Think of Alien.
No.
The
Or
original Alien never showed the whole alien because the director was like, yeah, guy in suit, it doesn't look right. So we'll do the face, we'll do a claw. If you see the whole alien in that movie pieced together. But because you don't get the whole thing, you never go, yeah, guy in this rubber suit.
Yeah.
They should have done that with this, I really think.
I don't know, and I'm not here to like knock them for how they wanted to spend their money. Like, practical effects are expensive, and
But they're scarier for a reason.
Yeah, and they work better in most cases. Like, obviously, there's certain like creatures and things you can't make.
Case one, The Thing versus The Thing remake. All right.
Well, we could do a whole episode on that. Bench that. We're gonna stay on topic. I think it's worth your time. I think this movie is worth anybody's time. It's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It was very good atmosphere, very good build-up, character development, like all the things you want in a movie. And it was super spoopy because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
You're with these townspeople where it's just like, what the fuck?
And they put a little bit of what I call the mist, where not everyone is working together. You've got some assholes in the town who are like, oh, fuck you, sheriff, you don't know what's going on. Or, that one guy
I'm
who's
gonna get murdered.
yeah, and the guy was deliberately, like, trying to taunt the sheriff by making fun of him and his family and all of that stuff. Like, it was nice to see, yeah, even in an unknown environment, some people are just natural assholes. It's just
Pretty
how it is.
good. But yeah, no, they did a really good job, and the only thing that I would dock it like that 5% for is the reveal of the monster, like the in your face reveal. Because even when it was far out, and I won't spoil the ending, but when you had wide shots of it, it worked.
Yeah, in the shadows.
Yeah.
I think when it was like at the end of the hallway. Yeah, that's not a spoiler. There's fucking hallways in this movie. At the end of the hallway,
Oh
yeah,
my
and
God!
and
It got in the house. What?
yeah, and the hands and the feet and everything working separately, it still looked really good. The practical effects were good, but at some point they decided we want to show the full creature, but we need to go CG with it, and that's when it was like,
Oh, did you have to? Why? But yeah, no, this was above expectations. My expectations were very low, and
I had none, so this was a pleasant surprise.
Netflix knows me well enough that Netflix recommended this at 1.5 stars.
Nice, and you gave it 4.
I did give it 4. I did actually. Like that's why, take Netflix recommendations with a grain of salt. Though for the whole of the movie, I don't think Netflix was terribly off, but at the same point, I think Netflix knows. I just go in and I'm like, what has 1 star or less? I'm gonna watch that. Hey,
Maybe it'll be good.
yeah, maybe it'll be good. That's what we're here to find. We're here to find these little like gems in the rough. Now, would I rate this like chocolate diamond? No, I'd go more like,
If you want to kill 90 minutes with a decent horror movie, and just for you viewers out there, just get settled in now. We're focusing on horror.
they
We're
know
not,
that. They've watched
not,
my other ones.
we're not gonna. Well, hey, I'm just reiterating.
Yeah.
Don't expect us to recommend a Nicholas Sparks film anytime soon.
Don't expect me to watch a Nicholas Sparks film anytime soon.
But speaking of watching a film, I saw The Forest.
Yes, you did, but we're going to talk about that in like an impromptu rant video that's coming up.
I like it because it will be a rant.
All right, Al. So that's it for Cat's Krypt, which is now a little bit of a joint endeavor, but premise and morals are the same. I'm not changing the title because I already have the intro made. Thanks.